Hey, I'm here on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Just finished work and I came out to check on my garden and thought there is way enough to warrant doing an update. So here we go. Here's my little Venus flytrap. It started to grow and today's the first day that it opened its mouth. Its other mouth is still closed. And this one is the one that looks like a picture. It doesn't have a picture yet. It's really cool. First of all, this plant is called ground cherry. It's related to tomatoes, kind of like a tomatillo, and it has the cutest little flowers. And I noticed that it started to grow ground cherries, which are like little sweet tomatoes that grow in a little wrapper for you. And this thing is small, but I heard that they get huge and litter everything with ground cherries, so I'll probably end up having to transplant this. But I'm really excited about it. Last year I tried to grow ground cherries and they just kept dying. But this year, this one plant survived and it's doing great. My watermelons are growing, three plants, they're growing everywhere and vining everywhere, and it looks like I'm getting a couple little watermelons growing here and there. This is a black diamond watermelon plant. I don't even like watermelons. I ripped one out and sent it home with my parents, but I just thought it would be fun to grow it. I'm not sure if those watermelons are growing or if that's just the female flower. And I'll show you another example of a female flower in a minute. These are my cucumber plants, and there's three of them, and they literally took over the entire trellis. I'm growing them upright on trellises rather than running along the ground just for space. And you can see there are male and female flowers. So the regular flower is a male flower, but every now and then you will see a female flower. Let me find a good example. Here's one. So it's a flower on the end of what looks like a little mini cucumber. That's a female flower. That's the one that will get pollinated and do this. I have cucumbers hanging off of my trellis. It's really cool. And also on this trellis are my beans, and you can see beans just hanging all over the place. And I have been pulling beans like crazy and they just don't stop. I'm worried I'm gonna end up throwing a lot away, because I also have these bush beans as well, as you can see here. Dragon tongue bean, where are you? Here's one. Ah! So I gotta harvest this one. That right there. And there's another one. My beans have been just proliferating. This is, what is this? Some kind of burgundy bush bean? I think I have like 4 or 5 different kinds of beans. Here's my first tomato group, and these are chocolate striped tomatoes. And you can see a bunch growing here. They're green and white striped, and when they grow older they turn to like a really dark red and silver stripes. And I have 3 here. I have more on the other side of the garden. Here are my Zulu peppers. This is another plant that last year I just could not succeed with, and this year they are growing. They are quite small, but you can see they are growing the black Hey, it's something. Take a bite of my pepper. Black peppers. My purple pepper. My entire plant, my entire package of seeds just didn't do anything for me, so I ended up buying one, but it's not growing anything yet. And a regular green pepper, and my little hot peppers that are not being very nice to me right now, but hopefully soon. My peanut plants are doing great. Nothing to show for yet, but they're just growing. I have several. All my onions on this side of the garden are flowering, and I really need to come out and chop off these flowers because it's not good to let your vegetables flower. My kohlrabi plants are doing great, and when my parents were here, we ate some kohlrabi, and it is so good. I can't believe that, like, America doesn't eat this. All my oregano is going to flower. I don't know if I want to chop down this oregano plant or not. And my dinosaur kale is doing as good as ever. This is like the star plant. Everybody get Toscano cabbage or Toscano kale or dinosaur kale. It's like so good. My huckleberry plant is growing berries, and they are starting to turn really black. It's really cool. They go from green to kind of a greenish silver gray to black. My cornfield, not big enough to make a maze. Maybe a maze for a koala. This garden is a big mishmash of everything from black cherry tomatoes, nebula carrots, which are black, dark purple carrots, more chocolate striped tomatoes, my giant cabbage, my other cabbage, my garlic, different types of cabbages also interspersed in there, and rosemary, little oregano plants. There's a lot in here. And then we got my onions and my potatoes, and let me see if I can show you the potatoes. Come on, show me a potato. There's one. Every time I water, the dirt moves and all the potatoes start showing, and they have to be underground, so I keep having to rebury them. All right, that's all for today, Cinco de Mayo, and I'll do another update later when I have enough that warrants an update. Bye. Say hi, Georgia. No?